So Pete Buttigieg, boy, we can't get enough of him, can we? Just released a new ad attacking free college. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll take a look at Bernie Sanders' response to this ad on MSNBC.
I believe we should move to make college affordable for everybody. There are some voices saying, well, that doesn't count unless you go even further, unless it's free even for the kids of millionaires. But I only want to make promises that we can keep. Look, what I'm proposing is plenty bold. I mean, these are big ideas. We can gather the majority to drive those big ideas through without turning off half the country before we even get into office. And that, I think, is the best governing strategy, as well as what it's going to take in order to win. And Lord knows we got to win. I'm Pete Buttigieg, and I approve this message.
What do you say to that argument that there's no reason to pay for people who can pay full free?
Well, I say Buttigieg is wrong on both counts. Number one, of course, when we talk about making higher education, public colleges and universities tuition-free, we mean not only college, but we mean trade schools as well. There are millions of good jobs out there in construction and all kinds of areas where people are good at working with their hands. They don't want to go to college. And of course, we are going to make tuition-free for those people. So what he's saying is not accurate. Second of all, there is the issue of universality. I'm very glad that Mr. Buttigieg is worried that I have been too easy on upper income people and the millionaires and billionaires, that I'm going to allow their kids to go to public colleges and universities. Just, by the way, as they do go to public schools right now, Trump's kids can go to any public school, elementary school, high school in the country, tuition free. But the point is, I happen to believe that when you talk about programs like Social Security, like health care, like higher education, they should be universal. The way you pay for them, and the way I do it, not the way Buttigieg does it, is I do demand that at a time of massive income and wealth inequality, that the very rich will start paying their fair share of taxes, as will corporate America. You pay for it by raising revenue from the very rich, but then you say in a very simple way that any person who wants a higher education, college, trade school should be able to do it. You know, right now, that's what we do with Social Security. It is a popular program. It is a universal program.
Bernie Sanders pretty much nailed it, okay? And I'm going to elaborate on what he's saying. So, first of all, this idea that it's just about college, it's not just about college, man. Some people want to go to trade schools as well. And Bernie Sanders is going to make that free too, okay? It's about giving everyone the opportunity to get higher education, regardless if it's college or a trade. And moreover, it's also about the student debt crisis, which he didn't mention, but dude, you have a student debt crisis, whether you like it or not. 1.67 trillion, I don't know what it is. It's ridiculous. It's enormous. It's bigger than the credit card debt, the national credit card debt. You have to do something about it. And I mean, it's morally, fiscally irresponsible to maintain this college debt. People didn't, go out and buy Ferraris with that money. It was just to get a higher education. And look, man, if you want an educated workforce, you kind of need that. So it's an investment in your infrastructure. It's not people pissing the money away on useless things that they don't need. There's a big difference here. And let me remind you, the government had no problem bailing out Wall Street after they purposefully and recklessly crashed the economy. So if you're going to bail out those people, why would you not bail out another part of the country which was just trying to get a higher education? How does that make any sense? You did it for Wall Street. That's a fact. So don't tell me you can't do it for people just trying to get an education. That's nonsense. I don't accept that. I reject it. So not only do you have to do it fiscally, because man, it's never getting repaid. I'm sorry, but it's not happening. You need to do this because it's the right thing to do. And it was done for the rich and the powerful. So I think, maybe other people deserve that too. Now, even if you think that college shouldn't be free, even if you think that no one's student loans should be canceled, even if you have that position, even if you're a right-winger, what Pete Buttigieg is saying here from a logical point of view, that we shouldn't make college free because rich people will have access to that too. This is stupid. This makes no sense logically, even if you don't support free college. Listen, man, universality means universal. When you say Medicare for all, it means all. whether you're a hedge fund manager or you work at McDonald's or you're a trucker or you're a teacher. And it's the same thing for free college. It means everyone has access to it. That's the whole point. The point is that your wallet, your financial status is irrelevant. That is the whole point. Your financial status, your bank account, your wallet should not affect your chances of being able to get a higher education. That is the point. And that applies to you whether you are poor or whether you are rich. It's not college for poor people. It's college for all. Free college for everyone. Everyone means everyone. Same thing with Social Security, as Bernie Sanders mentioned. Everyone has a right to Social Security. It doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are. Everyone has a right to welfare. Doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are. Do you understand the concept of universality? It's a question of logic here. It's not a question of what position you hold. It's just the meaning of the word. The meaning of the word. It means everyone. Universal. So it's very disingenuous what Pete Buttigieg is doing. We know he's being disingenuous. We know he's being a hack. This is what is annoying. He's not stupid. He's being disingenuous. He's being dishonest. He knows that the point is not to give free college to rich people. The rich people aren't even going to use it. Rich people don't send their kids to public colleges. I'm sorry, this is a fact. Not that there's anything wrong with public colleges, but rich people don't tend to use them. They're not going to because they're going to keep sending their kids to private schools, and that's how they've always done. Rich people send their kids to private colleges. So even if tomorrow morning you made public colleges free, I'm sorry to tell you, Pete Buttigieg, but rich people are still not going to use them. They just won't. They will keep going and they will keep sending their kids to private colleges, to private boarding schools, to private universities. That's how they do. That's how they've always done and how they will always do. I don't know what he's talking about, man. He's being completely disingenuous on purpose to kind of throw people off like, hey, that's not fair. It's just a bogus argument. He's trying to concern troll like, oh, I don't think it's fair. And, if you give that to the rich, they'll take advantage of it. Yes, they will, boy. You can't have that. Soon as you make them free, the upper class, they'll forget about eating, boy. Oh, yes, they will. Then they'll send all their kids and all their sons and daughters to the public colleges. You can't have that, boy. Rather egregious indeed. Pete Buttigieg is a clown, okay? And he is a disingenuous hack. He's being dishonest on purpose. He's pretending to care about a non-issue. This is how the centrists and the Republicans do. They want you to believe that what you're asking for is impossible. It's a pipe dream. It exists nowhere on this planet, even though half the world is free college. They have free college in Syria, man. And they still do. They have free college in Germany. They have free college across half the world, dude. These countries have understood that it's a requirement for a thriving economy to have an educated workforce. They understand that it's an investment in your populace. It's an investment in your own infrastructure by giving people access to higher education. It's not for leisure. I don't think anyone has a fun fucking time going to calculus at 8 a.m. in the morning. All right. This whole notion that free college is socialism and it's giving people shit for free. No, you're not giving anyone shit for free. You're investing in your own country, you moron. And other countries do this and have done this for ages. And this is the same problem with Medicare for all. They want you to believe that, oh, what you're asking for is impossible. Even though every other industrialized advanced country has this and has had this for decades. The UK has had the NHS since 1948. Or 47. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Don't listen to these hacks. They are lying to please their donors. Whenever they tell you that XYZ is impossible, it's not. It is very possible, but it's only impossible for their donors. It's frankly quite amazing. I mean, it's gotten to the point where you have tons of American students going and studying in Germany for free. They're not even German. They can just come there and study for free. In Germany, which is the wealthiest country in Europe, the largest and most thriving economy in the European Union. How does that work? It works. So don't listen to Pete Buttigieg or Amy Klobuchar. They are absolute clowns. Okay, they're trying to give you like these not even half measures. They're trying to give you like a quarter measure, a less than a quarter measure. Oh, we'll give you like, a grant if you do this and that. Remember Kamala Harris' plan? Absolutely ludicrous. I mean, it's frankly an insult. It's really an insult. So don't listen to them. Bernie Sanders is the only one speaking sense here. It is what it is. He's the only one speaking sense here. It's frankly great that he wants to pay for it through a wealth tax on Wall Street. You bailed Wall Street out, all right? Y'all been bailed out. You were helped by the government. You got your hand out. You had corporate socialism and welfare. Now it's your turn to pay that back so that other people can get an education. And they didn't crash the economy. They didn't engage in illegal, reckless financial behavior. They're just trying to get a degree. But you're going to pay for that now. And don't worry, you won't feel it. 1% wealth tax, you won't feel it. Or 1% tax on transactions. They won't feel it. Trust me. This is the bare minimum. So don't listen to these garbage centrists like Pete Buttigieg. They're trying to maintain the status quo because it pleases their donors and it pleases the billionaire class and the status quo and the establishment. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. Don't be fooled by any of the smoke and mirrors, any of the garbage that they're spewing. He doesn't want to support free college because he likes the status quo. He likes millennials and whoever else wants an education to be bogged down by abhorrent amounts of debt. He wants people to struggle. He doesn't care about canceling the student debt, even though it's fiscally the right thing to do. No, he wants to maintain the status quo because he is a status quo politician. And all he cares about is getting elected. He just wants power. That's why he doesn't care about Medicare for all either. That's why he also wants to practice aggressive foreign policy. He is a status quo candidate. He's full of it. And I can't wait till he drops out.